What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So I'm going to be honest, today's been pretty boring in the stock market. Not much is going on, but we do have a couple of stories which I guess could be a bit interesting. One involving Boeing, the other AT&T and this merger, insider trading. So we do have some things to break down. If you guys find value, hit the like button, get your 10 stocks from Moomoo and your 6 stocks from Webull. Link down below. And of course, take a sip of your coffee. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So like I mentioned, today has been pretty boring so far. Not much is going on. Sure, we do have a little bit of choppiness. The VIX is up about 3%. You guys can see SPY. Here's that break even, which, you know, it's at break even. SPY, NASDAQ's down a little bit, 0.6%. Russell's up 0.4%. The Dow is also at break even. So not much going on other than tech selling off a little bit, which it's not that crazy of a move, and the small caps moving up a little bit. So let's see what I'm personally seeing here on these charts. What we're noticing on SPY is we're holding right above, which I guess is good for the bulls, $393. That was the high point from the end of June. Also from, you know, the 8th, the 7th, 8th of July. You guys can see we're holding above that. SPY is at about $395. And Triple Q is also, even though it's selling off right now, it's still above $300. And it's also holding the highs from the end of June and from the 8th of July. On top of that, it's also holding the 180 SMA on this 20-day chart. So in my opinion, guys, this is still a healthy pullback in the in this reversal that we've been seeing on the 20-day chart. You guys can see we're still above the 180 SMA. Technically, we're still at a higher low on Triple Q, and the same thing on SPY, right? So in the very short term, bulls, in my opinion, based off what I'm seeing here, they're still in charge. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, as always. And let's just pull up crude oil. Oil's at about, what is it, 96 a barrel right now. It's up currently about 1.8% as I'm filming this video. And I don't know if I mentioned, but it's currently about 1:45 p.m. on the East Coast. And we've talked about oil, you know, if it holds mid-90s a barrel, that's going to be good for the bulls, because you guys can see we have held that pretty much all this year, at least since the beginning middle of February. We've held about 95 a barrel. So if this starts going under 95, especially under 90 a barrel, I've said this before, I'll say it again, that is where the selling on the downside could accelerate. But as of now, we're holding 95. We're actually pushing towards 97. Let's see if we can crack back over 100, 105 a barrel to the upside, which would be good for the bulls here on oil. And now to piggyback on oil, XLE. Let's pull this up and see what's going on XLE. This, in my opinion, could be on the verge of breaking out. Today it's up 3.3%. If you guys don't know, I'll tell you right now, this is an energy ETF. It's comprised of stocks like Exxon, Chevron, the list goes on. Go look it up. I'm not going to dive into the prospectus in this video, guys, but what we're noticing is an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and now again, like I said, we're up over 3% on the day. We're about to test the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart and $75, which is where my alert is, which, you know, it's been a resistance for a good couple of weeks. And you guys can see in the end of June, we actually hit $77. So honestly, we're going to have to break 75 and 77. And if that does happen on the upside, and we do get that crude oil price above, let's say $100 again, 105, there could be a reversal to the upside coming here on XLE. And this goes for, you know, all the energy stocks. Again, this is an energy ETF. It's comprised of a bunch of individual energy stocks. You know, look at these other individual energy stocks charts. You know, ExxonMobil looks like we're getting that inverse head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders, if I can even talk today, guys. And, you know, we're approaching $90, big resistance. If that breaks, we could see a reversal there. Chevron, same thing, inverse head and shoulders. It's a little bit under the 180 SMA here, but let's say it breaks mid-150s. That's where we could be moving back up on Chevron. And look at Occidental Petroleum, guys. This is already starting to break out. Look at that. We're already above the moving averages. Clearly, we have, I'd argue that's a double bottom. Look at this. We have the first bottom at about 55-ish. We got another one, 55, 56. We're starting to break out. If this thing takes, let's say, 64 out, which we're pretty much right there. So I'm going to set my alert probably at 64.50. If this breaks that point, Occidental Petroleum could really start moving towards that $70 level. So I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on energy. XLE, Occidental's chart looks good. These charts are starting to set up. Let's see how they end up playing out. So now let's talk about these stories, guys. These are pretty interesting. Number one, let's go to Boeing. And mind you, Boeing is also slowly reversing on the 4-hour chart. We have a golden cross. We're above the moving averages. And today, excuse me, guys, Boeing is down a little bit over 1% as I'm filming this video. So nearly 2,500 Boeing workers are set to go on strike next month after voting down a union contract on Sunday, yesterday. Workers at 3 St. Louis area plants will begin the strike on August 1st after rejecting an offer that insufficiently compensated workers through its retirement plan. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, the contract included a $2, so essentially what they wanted was a $2 per hour increase in the base wage for all employees, which equates to an average of a 7.2% wage hike, which, in my opinion, that is extremely reasonable, very reasonable, considering the inflation we have. You know, honestly, it should be more than that, 7.2%, but it's reasonable for sure. I'd say yes, good, right? But they shot it down, right? Workers at 3 St. Louis. Wait, I'm missing my notes here, guys. I'm mixing up my notes. Sorry. Workers at the 3 St. Louis area facilities make an average of $29.42 per hour. So would that be, I guess that's before this, proposed 7.2% wage hike, which, again, it got shot down. The contract would also have improved the pace at which workers move up the wage scale, and a deal would have included a $3,000 cash bonus for each worker if it had been ratified by Sunday, the company said. So at this point, they're going back and forth. We're going to get that strike in about a couple of weeks from now, 2,500 roughly Boeing workers. And at the end of the day, you know, these people for sure, their wage, and people in general, the average American, I mean, think about it, guys. The wage increases over time have not kept up with inflation, right? You know, think about it. The student loan crisis, the debt crisis in general, this stuff is getting insane. People's debts are out of hand. Their wages are not keeping up with inflation, and people have had enough of it. And honestly, I can see where they're coming from, and I'm with them. You know, they need to get some sort of wage hike. And sure, we don't want to give out freebies or handouts, but at the end of the day, inflation is going crazy, and people's wages are not keeping up with it. So I'm for it. I'm for it, guys, for sure. Let me know your thoughts about that, Boeing, the workers here. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And another interesting story is coming from AT&T. Well, it's kind of a little bit to do with AT&T. Actually, it has nothing to do with AT&T. It's Sprint and T-Mobile. But I guess AT&T, it's in the same industry, right? I don't know why I wrote AT&T in my notes. U.S. Congressman, well, shall I say former U.S. Congressman Stephen Breyer has been charged with insider trading over purchases of shares in telecommunications company Sprint before it merged with T-Mobile U.S., according to prosecutors, and that's what they said today on Monday. Breyer, a Republican who represented Indiana in Congress between 1993 and 2011, was working as a consultant to T-Mobile ahead of the 2018 merger, according to the indictment filed by the federal prosecutors in Manhattan. So yeah, he's I guess he's involved with insider trading, and that puts him as the second best trader of all time behind Nancy Pelosi. I had to do it, guys. I had to do it, guys. But yeah, the reality of the matter is, guys, a lot of these politicians, congressmen, congresswomen, they're involved in this stuff. And a lot of them, they can get away with it. But I guess, not for Mr. Buyer here. He's not getting away with it. You know, he's getting caught up in it, you know, with T-Mobile and the merger with Sprint. So that's, you know, that's the reality of the matter. And who knows how much. There's probably so much. I mean, there is a lot of insider trading that goes without, you know, being penalized, right? It's just the reality of the matter here. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. It's been a boring, I'd say a boring day, boring Monday, but that's good considering tomorrow we have big tech. You know, well, all week we have big tech, Tuesday and Thursday. We have a lot of other companies reporting earnings this week. We have the Fed meeting tomorrow and Wednesday. We have the advanced GDP estimate on Thursday. So there's a lot going on this week. So I guess it's a good way to start the week with it being a calm day, at least so far. And of course, make sure to subscribe later. We're going to break down the markets and see how things ended up closing out. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Make sure to leave me your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. That's linked down below. And get your 10 stocks, free stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. Each of those could be valued up to $2,500. And get your 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All those free stocks, all the links, they're linked down below. And just know, guys, all those do help out the channel. I appreciate you all. As always, take care. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.